4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision's The Week That Was, covering the news and events for the week ending Friday, September 10th, 2021. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, starting next week, Troy University will award the first scholarships in the school's Vaccination Incentive Program. As Claudia Peppenhorst shows us, it's a program that the university administration hopes will help fight the COVID surge, and it's already proven successful in getting students on board.
As the fall semester continues here at Troy University, we are 1 week closer to the start of the incentive program. The program is open to fully vaccinated students where they will have the chance to win one of 14 $1,000 scholarships, 28 $100 dining cards, and 2 full meal plans. The drawing will begin on September 15th and end in October.
We've been very pleased with the response that we've gotten from our student body. For their part, they want to remain in class. They want the collegiate experience. One way in which to try to help ensure that type of opportunity is to increase our number of vaccinated students.
There are currently 900 students signed up for the incentive program with hopes to reach 1,000 by the start of the drawing. Students can register for the program online without showing proof of vaccination, but Tatum says it's important for students to note that if their name is drawn, they will have to show evidence of being fully vaccinated.
You can register for it without actually being vaccinated. There's no restrictions to the registration. But if your name is drawn, you will have to show evidence that you've actually completed the vaccination cycle. And so it's important for students to know that you can't register and be awarded without actually being able to show proof of the vaccination.
If you are fully vaccinated and have not signed up for the incentive program, you can register at my.troy.edu/incentives for a chance to win. While masks are currently mandatory in all indoor spaces on campus, Tatum says that getting students vaccinated is still the #1 priority.
The incentive program has given us great hope that the number of students who are actually vaccinated is higher than what we first anticipated. We think that moving forward, vaccinations, priority 1, let's try to get as many people vaccinated as possible. Second is wearing the mask indoors to try to see if we can mitigate any increases. We do think the numbers are going to stabilize.
Troy University Sports Hall of Fame now has 9 new members as Troy Athletics honored 2 new classes of inductees over the weekend. Alex Albritton has the story.
On Friday, Troy University Sports Hall of Fame Committee hosted its 10th induction class with the 2020 Hall of Fame class that were not able to be inducted last spring due to COVID. The 4 new inductees, plus with the 5 2020 Hall of Fame inductees, gathered in Trojan Arena to honor their amazing careers and celebrate their legacies to the fullest extent.
It's second to none. It is a first-class event, from the social, which we're currently in, to the event that's going to be held later on, to the football game. This is the first-class event that everybody looks forward to. It's a night that everybody will remember, and so we're really fortunate to be able to have this beautiful facility here, Trojan Arena, that is typically it's a volleyball court or it's on the basketball court. It's going to be totally transformed tonight into an amazing event for these 9 amazing inductees.
The 2020 and 2021 inductees consist of Barney Burnett for the men and women's golf, Nancy Dansby Swanson for women's tennis and basketball, Leon Davis for men's basketball, Rachel Hassan Gravel for volleyball, Max Howell for football, Mark King for football, Colin McCrary for men's golf, Drew Rinaldi for baseball, and Andy Whitener for track and field.
It's such a nice honor to be recognized for something that occurred over 40 years ago.
The Hall of Fame started in 2012, and since then the Hall of Fame now has 59 members. And in the Trojan Arena, it features 2 interactive video monitors that display pictures and induction acceptance videos of all members. Between the 2 monitors is a wall permanently displaying the names of all members.
I just think about other people, and so just seeing it up there is certainly an honor and something I'll remember. And like you said, being able to bring my grandkids down here and kids to see that maybe I was something back in the day.
It's just an awesome honor. When I look back at the past inductees over the years, to be joining that group of names with Troy athletic history is just beyond my wildest dreams, and it's very humbling to be a part of that group and a part of that fraternity.
Alex Albritton, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And the Trojan football team put in a Hall of Fame performance against the Jaguars of Southern to open up their season on Saturday. Jacqueline Lambert has all the highlights.
The Southern Jaguars traveled to Troy to take on the Trojans in their first game of the season on Saturday. The Trojans got off to a fast start, scoring on the first drive and scoring 5 touchdowns by halftime. The defense excelled as well, coming up with an interception that was taken back for a touchdown by Zion Williams and keeping Southern to just 189 yards total offense.
Came out and really took control of the game in all 3 phases. That's something we talked about. When you play game ones, especially in a non-conference situation where you need to get to a fast start. And I was really pleased how we did that on offense. I think we scored on the first drive, and then defense goes out and gets a stop or 2 right in a row.
In the second half of the game, the running backs ran the show on offense with Kamani Vidal, B.J. Smith, and Jamontez Woods each scoring a touchdown in the third and fourth quarter.
The biggest thing this year, we want to be balanced and play winning football. Whether that means I hand it off 40 times or we throw it 40 times, whatever the defense is going to give us, we're going to take. So having those 3 running backs and us being able to rely on the run game, that takes pressure off of me, So and then whenever they play the run, they'll put some safeties in the box, and then here goes the throwing game. So yeah, it's good to see this kind of new form of our offense, and I'm excited. So
the Trojans beat Southern 55-3, making this the 7th time Troy has scored 40 or more points in a game. The Trojans held Southern to under 200 yards of offense, making it the 5th time they have done so since 2006.
Overall, I think it was a good team win. It was a good start. Just to start, though, we got a lot of things we need to fix and clean up, but obviously, we're always excited to get a win. And now we'll look on to the next opponent.
We'll take a short break, but when we return, we'll see some of the creative ways Troy sororities raise money for philanthropic projects on campus. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we offer leadership opportunities from day one. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world?
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
This Saturday is the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks, and Troy University Student Government Association is working on starting a new tradition on campus with an event on Saturday. Belle Johnson has that and more from Tuesday night's SGA meeting.
Last night, the Troy University SGA met to discuss upcoming events such as the 9/11 Memorial Name Readings planned for this Saturday at 9 a.m. During the ceremony, SGA members will read the names of the victims of the attacks 20 years ago. Morgan Long gave details about the goals and what she wants Troy students to take away from this event.
Just really bringing light to what happened. As far as I know, that I don't think SGA or any organization on campus has done a reading of the names, so I really hope to get this started in the years to come. A good majority of the students now, including the freshmen, were not alive or do not have any memory of 9/11, so I just want them to be respectful towards the victims who did lose their lives.
This year's the 20th anniversary, and it's something that we want to take seriously, and we want to be able to give the appreciation and the respect to those who did pass away on that day.
Another topic discussed is Resolution 2021-007, which, if approved, would allow students' leftover Trojan points to be rolled over into the next semester.
At the end of a semester, your unused Trojan points are forfeited. You just lose that money, and students have expressed their concern and complaints to the SGA wanting those to roll over to following semesters. So that's just what we're trying to do with that one.
However, before this resolution can go into effect, the Troy administration must approve it first.
So the point of a resolution is for the SGA to kind of show what the student body wants. So as you know, the SGA is a voice for the student body. So a resolution just kind of is a way for the students to tell the administration what they want.
Cates also discussed Act 2021-008, which would introduce new requirements for SGA executive offices.
I discovered that the minimum GPA requirement to be an executive officer is 2.5 cumulative GPA, and I thought that's a little bit low in order to be a student leader. I think that if you're going to be a leader of the student body, you should also be a leader in the classroom.
Lastly, the SGA discussed what events are planned for the rest of the fall semester, such as the semi-formal and South Hate Week.
On just events with UAC, we kind of have a ball for the entire student body that's going to be SGA times UAC, where basically all the students come out. It's a semi-formal. Please come. It's really good to be able to kind of get in front of SGA people, UAC people as well. We're really looking forward to South Hate Week. I'm a huge Troy football fan, so I'm really looking forward into that week. I'm going to be on that committee as well. And then we have a lot of good things we're currently planning for homecomings.
Bella Johnson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
All last week, Chi Omega sorority was helping sick and dying children by raising money for Make-A-Wish. However, one of those efforts also helped out some canines in need. Amaya Mitchell shows us how.
Troy University's Chi Omega sorority has spent the past few days raising and donating money for their Make-A-Wish week. Today, the sorority hosted Smooches for Pooches on its lawn, where visitors could pay $5 to play with dogs brought over from Troy's animal shelter.
Any money we raise through this event and from our events throughout the entire week goes directly to Make-A-Wish Alabama. So this is a fun way to get students involved and to give back to a really awesome charity. And it's also really good for the humane shelter because it socializes the puppies. The next week we're actually going to do a drive for them, so anything they need, we're going to try to fulfill those needs. And all these dogs here are adoptable. So anyone who falls in love with the dog here can head back to the shelter, fill out the paperwork, and take them home with them today.
The money raised today will go towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which grants wishes to children facing critical illnesses.
Our goal is to raise $26,000 to grant 3 wishes this week. So all these kids get to go wherever they want to go, be whoever they want to be, and just get that awesome experience.
It restores hope back into the child's life and to the child's family's life.
This year, Chi Omega is granting wishes for more than just children. Chi is also raising money for dogs like Nemo, who needs a $450 amputation to fix his leg.
One of our dogs that is here today for Smooches for Pooches, his name is Nemo, and he has a bad leg that needs an amputation. So another thing we plan to do next week or the next week is raise money to get him the amputation. It costs $450, and he has to have it to be able to function. So we really want to be able to provide that for the dog and just to give him a happier life.
Chi Omega's last event for Make-A-Wish Week will be Saturday at the Confetti Crate from 10 to 4 p.m. The sorority will receive 10% of the proceeds to donate towards the foundation. Amaya Mitchell, Troy, TrojanVision News.
An Alpha Gamma Delta sorority has been holding events to raise money for their philanthropy project, Fighting Hunger, all this week. The sorority specifically works towards hunger in Pike County. And Zeta Ingram shows us how they fought hunger with dance moves from other Greek organizations.
The Sisters of Alpha Gamma Delta at Troy University held their annual Fall Festival philanthropy event Wednesday night in the Claudia Crosby Theater. These young women look forward to this event so they can raise money towards their philanthropy, Fighting Hunger.
I'm from Troy, so I was not aware of this until I got to college, but 23% of Pike County is food insecure, which is a really large statistic and you don't even know it. So we try to pour our heart and soul into our philanthropy, which is to give back to Troy and Fighting Hunger.
And while fighting hunger, Alpha Gamma Delta had the help of multiple Greek organizations on campus that competed against each other by showing off their best moves. But at the end of the day, most competitors would say,
it feels amazing because knowing that I help out their philanthropy, I'm sure they will be more than willing to help us out for our philanthropy. It's just a great feeling to give back.
And that's exactly why the Sisters of Alpha Gamma Delta are grateful for their supporters helping them raise over $4,000 towards fighting hunger in Pike County.
I never thought people would support us this much, and I love getting to support others, and that's why I think we have such a good turnout, is because we try our hardest to support others, and it's so special to see everybody in like the Greek organizations support each other like that.
And when the competitors were asked how they felt towards their own performances, there were a lot of nerves going towards a good cause.
I think as soon as we started performing, the nerves kind of went away. It was just fun dancing out there, you know, shaking a little booty.
Definitely nerve-wracking. Like I got really nervous right before because I saw Lambda Chi perform, and I'm like, they're doing so good, and I'm just thinking I'm gonna mess up, but it all went perfectly.
And even Alpha Gamma Delta felt those nerves headed into their event. But at the end of it all, everything turned out better than anyone expected.
It's very nerve-wracking. I've been very nervous all week for this event because it is one of the biggest events on, I don't want to say on campus, but like we just filled Claudia Crosby, and I never expected to do that, and it's kind of amazing.
Zeta Ingram Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, Troy students got to show off their creativity in an event that really rocked. We'll show you how coming up right after this, so stay tuned.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Mama. Mama. Say mama. Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm almost 2 now and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder, and delaying treatment can affect my development.
Many parents aren't aware of the early signs of speech, language, and hearing disorders, yet early detection and treatment can improve quality of life.
Say dada.
Ugh, here we go.
Identify the signs of communication disorders.
Troy University's Trojan Outreach is a student group that works to promote wellness and health on campus, and Wednesday night the group encouraged students to express their creativity using rocks. Simon Schuessler shows us how.
Have you ever painted a rock? What about painting a rock while listening to rock music? Troy students had the chance to do just that Wednesday night as Trojan Outreach hosted Keep Rockin', an event that was meant as a de-stressor for students.
So this month we're focusing on stress management. So we're trying to do small events and little things on the quad that just give you a little bit of happiness, gets your mind off things, and just doing something different, such as painting rocks and listening to music and just enjoying your night instead of stressing.
Students had free will when it came to designing their rocks. They were able to choose the colors of paint they wanted and get to work, so every rock was unique to itself.
So some of the rocks that we've seen tonight, there's been gnomes, there's been cacti, we've seen a lot of Pokemon actually. So there's a lot of different variety of things out here, and everyone's just being creative and enjoying the night.
Okay, so these are my little rocks. This one is bats because Halloween, and this one is ghosts because Halloween. My roommates and I were decorating for Halloween, and I was like, this would be cute to add in our dorm.
If you missed this event, Trojan Outreach still has a variety of events planned this month centered around stress management, including movies as well as other events.
So the rest of this month we are doing stress management. So we're going to have a movie night at the end of this month, and we're going to watch Inside Out. So it shows the different emotions. We're also having a semicolon project, which is a national event. And then we are also doing a mood tracker event. So kind of tracking how your mood is throughout the month and how to balance that.
Simon Schuessler, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
A number of Troy University student organizations got the chance to show off their dance skills in Janice Hawkins Park. Holly Creel has the sights and sounds from the University Activities Council's Step Tease.
After a year of canceled events on Troy University's campus, students finally got the chance to show off their talents with an annual Step Tease night hosted by the university's Activity Council.
So tonight we had a Step Tease, different organizations showing, displaying what they have going on. Just a great way for students to interact with Greek fraternities, also with the Troy dance team that you see tonight at Step Tease. Just a great event for just Trojan students to get out, enjoy some fun.
The UAC Vice President Carlton Jones said that he feels that the event was a success and was glad to see students back together again this semester.
As you can see by tonight, the energy of this place, it was something very, very crazy, something that I missed, something that I haven't seen in a while. So it was very good to see the smiles on people's faces, just seeing everybody come together and have a good time.
All MPHC fraternities and sororities were invited to attend the Step Tease, as well as the Troy Dance Department and the Troy Dance Line. Many participants were excited to showcase the history and talent of their organizations.
It's just something that we can display with our fraternity, we can display in all the other sororities and fraternities, show what the history of everything is, and just show what we do a little bit. So
even students who simply attended the event to watch got to join in on the fun, making Troy feel more like home.
It was just a lot of fun watching everybody. They even played some music where all of us got to get up and dance, and it was just a really fun thing to watch. Being around everybody, you know, like at one function, it really made it feel more like home. Like being out here dancing with everybody, it just made us feel like a big family.
To keep up with the UAC's next event, you can follow them on Instagram at Troy UAC. Holly Krill, Troy TrojanVision News.
And Troy University Student Government Association held its Welcome Week at the beginning of the semester. However, there was one event that didn't make it in the schedule due to bad weather. The SGA brought it back for students a few weeks later. Miles Campbell has the story.
Inflatables, funnel cakes, snow cones, and fun were the highlight of Wednesday night as the Student Government Association held Wild 'N Out Wednesday, an event that was planned to be the conclusion of Welcome Week but was ultimately postponed. SGA Senator Joy Isom tells us more.
The purpose of SGA having this event this evening was really for the students to come out and just have a fun and exciting time, especially knowing due to the fact that we really didn't get to finish Welcome Week the way that we were supposed to due to the weather, unfortunately.
SGA had a variety of events planned throughout the week to get students excited for the big weekend ahead.
SGA also has a really fun and exciting pep rally this Thursday, so I think that'll be really fun for the student body to come out and just really get to enjoy themselves this Thursday in the vet.
Carlton Jones, an attendee of the event, spoke on the success Wild 'N Out Wednesday had and his thoughts for future plans.
This event is going wonderful with the amount of people that came out, the amount of support, the amount of people doing the obstacle courses. It's just a very great turnout. I think we should definitely have this event again. It's definitely something I enjoy as a student, and I'm glad SGA could host it.
Wild 'N Out Wednesday is yet another opportunity. Troy University is giving their students to get out that dorm room and having fun. Sliding into this weekend, we plan on packing the vet. Miles Campbell, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Well, it's time for our last break, but when we return, we'll learn about a new smartphone app designed to keep the Troy campus safer. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
The Troy University Police Department has a new smartphone app designed to help connect students to officers on patrol. We'll learn more about the OmniAlert app in this week's Trojan Talk. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Officer Rachel Farmer with the Troy University Police Department. Rachel, thanks for joining me here today.
Oh, it's nice to be here.
And here to talk about a new safety feature and app for Troy University students to try to help ensure some safety here called OmniAlert. So if you can, just give us kind of an idea of what this new app OmniAlert is all about.
It's a two-way street. You've got, as we have discussed, the texting anonymous, and then a call alert button. I know that a lot of the students are familiar with the call alerts all over campus. There are stations located at different places. This is basically carrying that station with you on your phone. If anything were to happen, you get on the app, you hit the call button, and it's going to immediately send us your location and an emergency notice that you're in need of help. Also, on the other end where you have the texting anonymous, you can feel uncomfortable but not want to be on the phone or talking, and you can send in a text message about whatever is going on at your location, and we'll get that as well.
And this is on the phone. Students can download this app, but once again, you said it is a convenient way puts the connection to the University Police Department in the palm of their hands, and when time could be of the essence.
Yes, very much so. That's when I have gotten out and spoke with the students. That's one of the big things is it's going to come to us immediately. It's not a long phone call to 911. You're hitting that button and we instantly get alerts on our work phones that this is going on and that we need to be en route.
And of course, with that app, you mentioned there, because on campus for years we've had the call towers and the emergency call towers, but you've got to get to one of those towers if you need to use it, and sometimes that's not there. But as we all know, college students, they always have their phone with them.
Oh, absolutely. That phone is in the palm of your hand, so it's an easy emergency access right there located on you.
And you talked about the confidential tip line, and I've looked at the app and saw that this opportunity to be able to send this little confidential message, and I was actually talking with a few students about it, and they were talking about, the convenience of, if something were happening and they were kind of scared, but they didn't want to let people know around them, that you could send that little message and it'd be a little bit more discreet in making sure somebody can come and help you.
Yes, it's a way to be discreet. If someone were following you, you can text it as you're walking. That way it's not like you're alerting anybody around you that you're feeling uncomfortable. You can continue to get to a safe place as you're texting. It's also, you see something but you're unsure if that needs to be told to somebody, you can just send it in and say, okay, listen, I saw this. If it's any concern to you, here you go.
And that gets sent out to everyone that's on duty. So
yes.
so immediately the university police are aware of the situation. Yes. And of course, if they start getting the same tip from different folks, then there's something that's got to be looked into.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now let's talk about how we can get this, because there's a little bit of a process. It's tied into the SOS system, which a lot of faculty, staff, and students are aware of right now. But kind of talk us through the process of what they need to do to get this app and have it on their phone. So.
Yeah, I had a big group that I was adding on. So first of all, adding the app onto your phone, it's going to instantly ask you for a personal access code. Okay. And a lot of the students looked at me like, I don't understand, it won't let me log in. So what you're going to do is you are going to go onto your sos.troy.edu.
We're seeing it on the screen here, kind of the process. And so
you'll log in with your information for the university. When you scroll down to the bottom of that page, you're going to find that personal access code that you can copy and paste onto the OmniAlert app. And once you get in there, it'll take you right in. Of course, it'll ask if you do want notifications from the app.
And you see that's where you'd put the code in. It's going to show you when you download it and get it there. That's where you would stick that code in. It'll ask you for the notifications, and then we see the different screens, the options that they'll have there for them. That's where you were talking about there once you get the code in there. So
right.
And we're looking at the middle one is the confidential tip one on the screen there, of course, and then the call button on all three of those screens there. So that's what they can hit whenever there's something that they need help
Absolutely.
with. So
that red alert button, that's what you're going to go to when you really need help.
When you need help, hit it instantaneously there. And obviously this doesn't supplant calling 911. Obviously that is there. If there's the opportunity is there, they need to call 911. If they want to just come up to an officer, they can do that. But this is another way to try to help keep the students connected, because it's a crazy world out there, and who knows what's going to happen.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, you don't feel comfortable and you're in a rush in an emergency situation, and that's what, getting some of the boys comfortable with the app. I've expressed, it's not necessarily that you're in trouble and afraid for your life, but you could be injured. I can't tell you how many times over the years that I've gone to an injured student on campus, and they're just laying there waiting for help. So it might not be a 911, I'm in fear for my life, but you could have a broken leg and you're sitting there and it's just easy to hit that app and, hey, I need
somebody
to
gets
help.
there, because there's nowhere else to go, because you don't want to cause a big scene just because you had an accident and it did something like that. So, well, obviously this sounds like it's a good opportunity for students to feel a little bit safer here on campus. I want to thank you for joining us here today and give us some information about the OmniAlert app. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. And that's the week that was. To find out what's happening on a daily basis, you can tune into Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30, Monday through Friday. or you can visit us anytime on the new Troy TrojanVision news blog at today.troy.edu/TrojanVision to see online content from Troy TrojanVision News anytime. And until next time, we hope you have a good week.